This is a classic from Germany, of course, the three-crown Rönisch. It's almost like a household word as far as the piano world goes. It wasn't just a PR exercise that projected them into that sort of fame and collectability in today's world. It was the way they were made. They're beautifully made. Just looking at the ironmongery in the iron frame. The iron frame in a piano, in concert with the timber frame at the back, have to hold, year in, year out, 18 to 20 tonnes of combined tension on the strings. Most strings in the piano are around 180 pounds in tension, and of course there's hundreds of them. And the maths, when you sit down to do it, they just spiral away into tonnes and then tens of tonnes. That's no great burden because of the beautiful workmanship and the formulations they came up with for their iron frames. These are cast, of course, in beautiful sand castings and then cleaned up and fitted into the body of the piano. But the composition of the cast iron was very similar to cathedral bell metal. And some of the makers did, in fact, emboss or cast into their frames bell metal. And we can't really understand why, but it is a known fact in the industry that the metal or the metallurgy in the frame somehow helps the tone. And so there have been instances through Europe where they've actually got damaged pianos, removed the iron frames, smelted them down and cast beautiful new cathedral bells. And it's one of those handed down formulas that's often lost. So that's why they'll sometimes retreat to the damaged pianos to get their cathedral bell metal. So it's part of a wonderful ongoing story of the science and the technology that the piano industry pushed along. And what does it mean? Well, it means here now this instrument, nearly 100 years old, we've rebuilt it and restrung it, repinned everything, all new hammers, and then we do the cabinet, of course. But when you sit and play, that's the acid test, and that's where you hear the most gorgeous tone from these instruments. They are indeed treasure troves. There's many of them still in the community, and they come to us in various degrees of disrepair. But if it's basically a sound instrument, we can build it up again. And by sound, I'm referring in particular to the iron frame. They're either perfect or they're broken. It's an inert sort of material that holds that tension year in and year out. But if you drop it on concrete, just break like glass. Incredible. But so all that comes together, and then we have a beautiful sounding instrument. I'll just run the simplest little arpeggio up slowly and softly. There's the soundboard working with the strings. They're gorgeous, and they won't cost you as much as a lot of the new pianos. That's the crazy thing about it. These pianos in their original run-down condition are not fetching any monetary value at all. And why? Because there's a big job waiting for properly skilled repairers to do for that piano to be brought back to life. But so I often say in my travels, if people have got good instruments, there might be a family instrument, give some serious thought to keeping it and letting someone such as ourselves rebuild it for you, and you'll have it for a very, very long time. They're wonderful. Or if it's just sitting there, give us a call and we'll see what we can do to save it and see it onto a family with lovely students or a mature musician.